Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class of Social Science. Today we are going to learn about natural disasters. Now, disasters are such events or such occurrences which take place in human life or on the earth, and they create a lot of destruction. Now, here we are going to talk about natural disasters. They are of two types: disasters like earthquake, tsunami, and volcano. They occur due to the changes in the interiors of the earth, whereas disasters like floods, cyclone, forest fire, drought, or famine, they occur due to the changes on the surface of the earth. Let's begin with our first disaster, that is earthquake.
When we least expect it, when we're least prepared, disaster can strike. And few disasters are as unsettling as an earthquake.
Let's see how this picture or this video shows us when a girl is normally talking to somebody and how things start shaking and we witness a disaster, that is earthquake.
So
it's important to
Let's see how these earthquakes take place and which are the main places or epicenters from where these earthquakes begin.
every day the earth is shaken by hundreds of small earthquakes. Most go unnoticed. They usually occur along the boundaries of the thin plates that cover the earth like an eggshell, driven by the heat deep within the earth's core.
Here we can see there is heat or lava beneath the surface of the earth, and which is the main cause of these
Where
earthquakes.
the plates grind against each other on long lines called faults. When the plates find their motion blocked, stress builds up. Finally, the fault gives way. The released energy races through the earth in the form.
This is called a hypocenter, from where the earthquake begin, from the interior of the earth, and the place which is exactly above that hypocenter is called the epicenter.
Of seismic waves.
Now, this earthquake is measured through a seismometer. As we saw in the earlier video, the lady said they are seismic waves. So, there is a seismometer which is used to know the earthquake or the intensity of the earthquake. We can see in the diagram, first diagram, which is a seismograph, and here they show that how the waves are created through this seismometer, which show us the earthquake or intensity. Now let's see the destruction which is caused by earthquake. We have seen several places on the news as well as in our day-to-day lives also that earthquake leaves a devastating condition of the people as well as the whole area. Just look at the buildings and houses which collapse and become literally debris. And beneath these debris, there are several human lives. Many times, the animals, etc., also lose their lives due to these devastating earthquakes. Another disaster today we are going to learn about are volcanoes. See here, two pictures are given. One is the mountain out of which a river of lava or magma is coming out, and from the in the other picture we can see from the tip of the mountain there are ashes coming out. So these are two different types of volcanoes. The first volcano is called an active volcano and the other one is called a dormant volcano. From the active volcano we can see there are lava and ashes coming out. Okay, and they spread over the areas which are at the foothills of the mountains. And in the dormant volcano, in the next picture, we can see there are only fumes and ashes which are coming out of the tip of the mountain. There are other kind of volcanoes as well which are called extinct volcanoes. Now, as the word itself suggests, extinct means they are no more working. That means they were once active, and once or twice only they, lava came out from the tip of the mountain, and that was all. After that they have become extinct, or we can say कि वो शांत हो गए, अब उनमें कोई लावा या मैग्मा नहीं है. Now, apart from this, the destruction which is caused by the volcanoes, obviously the volcanoes can be predicted, but it takes time for people to get vacant from that area, so that the lava or magma which is flowing out of the mountain doesn't destroy the people living near that mountain. But volcanoes have got very important usefulness. Now, volcanoes have certain benefits also. For example, we all know that mountains are full of minerals. We can say they are a treasure house of minerals. So, in these volcanoes, when the ashes or the lava which comes out from the mountain, they are also, they take all the minerals along with them, and they flow towards the slopes of the mountains, and they get settled down near the foothills of the mountains in that area. Okay, so all the minerals which must have been gathered along with these lava or magma, they also get settled down near the foothills of these mountains. And after they cool down, that becomes a very, very good, area for agricultural production. It becomes a very fertile land. It increases the fertility of the land. The potassium rich soil from these volcanoes, they help the farmer to obtain abundant crops. Also, with certain times we have seen hot water springs